guys. Yeah, I'm ready.
Hello, and welcome to Allies of Justice, week 16. 17? 17. How's everyone doing?
Great.
Fantastic.
Good.
So let's go ahead and get this on a rolling start. Who wants to do the recap?
Oh, jeez.
Well, who else remembers what happened?
You do.
That's why I said, who else remembers what happened?
I guess
don't.
I can do a too long didn't read super fast recap. We had the funeral for our friend last time. The name which I keep forgetting because I am terrible with names in everything that I do. And obviously,
You're a disappointment.
yes, I am. I am fully aware of that. Obviously, we saw how the entire town came together to mourn the loss, and we saw a bit of the impact that the entire group has had, despite having a relatively small amount of experience so far, at least for in comparison to other groups that are in the game. Also, get a bit of a glimpse at what happens when a character dies, which is quite interesting for those of you who may have not seen it yet. I'd really recommend you go check that out. And we also saw that Gub Gub may have been swindled into religion. God help him.
There was no swindling, he willingly accepted.
Okay, fair point, yes. It's something that he should accept, but still, we also learned a bit of strange bits about it, out of character, cannibalism and stuff. Not necessarily the most agreeable thing, but we'll see how the group works that out as they start learning it bit by bit. Adze, at least, is very much in the camp of no, and I can't necessarily blame him.
Oh, thank you for being so understanding.
Yeah, but you also did handle the other part about what happened with his old tribe terribly. Just can't all be roses here. It's like the most summarized thing I can do because I'm terrible at storytelling.
And then after the funeral, we all went back to the gub hole, where we then proceeded. Someone threw the idea that the encampment that the Yank brothers were at, the training camp, that's what it was, may still have some supplies or clues about Sage. And all of us left, except for the potential Adze.
I think I'll keep that.
Because not for trying. We tried to grab your attention when you were in front of the computer, grabbing your phone and etc. Because we were leaving. And we were ending the game there.
Please come with.
I have a feeling it's gonna be really bad if I do.
It'll be really
That's
bad.
why you should come. It's going to be fun. In the terrible.
Naomi can disguise your leg. It'll be fine.
Yeah, because you guys are besties now again.
Yeah, how much do you have in disguise, though?
Want me to roll?
How much
Wasn't
do you
just
have
one
in disguise?
your leg to begin with?
Well,
I have
she
5
can try to
disguise.
disguise before eating.
You have 5 in disguise, and how much in speed?
How much in speed?
12?
17.
Oh, shit.
17, Jesus.
That'd be 14.
You know what, guys? It's a terrible idea. That's just gonna change his mind. He's gonna say, wait, I think I might, I don't know. Oh, okay.
We don't just cold start games.
I'm sorry.
So, with that being the recap, let's get back into our story of Allies of Justice. The scene opens up much like it always does. The camera taking a topical view of the area, flying between clouds before eventually descending into the treetops of Arturo. Nestled in there, we find the rather quaint, crude drawing of Gub Gub over the wall of the cave that has one good door, an immaculate carving, half carving of Kronk's face on one side of the only working door, while the other side is hung open with a tarp. The scene opens up as the tarp moves up, and the majority of the group, excluding people like Bear, Gub Gub, and
Thomas.
start to leave from it as Akko, Yaji, Crystal, and Naomi and Connor begin to trek back to the encampment in hopes to actually...
Didn't Tom say he was coming with us?
Yes.
Oh, I thought he was staying.
Then Thomas is coming. Which around this time, as the group begins to trek out, from behind them, they hear the sounds of Adze making a quick approach back to them. This is where we enter today.
Hey, I think maybe if someone does a better job at concealing this, but shake my leg, maybe I can risk a little visit out to that abandoned camp with you all.
I can try.
Okay. Gives you the leaf thing, the leaf poncho to hide it with.
Have you tried wearing pants?
It's a little bit it's complicated.
Describe what you do, Naomi.
I wrap the leaf so that his mantis foreleg is not seen.
Nah. Thanks.
So currently you're standing there.
Alright, I guess we could probably just start making our way then.
And you gotta give Citro for that, like, just get behind me or something. I'll figure something out as we go along then.
Alright. So, thinking about getting some supplies. I'm not the best at carrying a whole lot of stuff. I don't want to ask too much of you, Akko, but you are seemingly the strongest of us. I wouldn't want to burden you with too much, but would you mind carrying some of the stuff back with us?
I'll try and carry as much as possible, but I can't promise I'll be able to carry everything.
Yeah, I figured it would probably be able to carry everything, but we'll have to see. Okay. Sound like a plan, everyone?
Seems
Yes.
fine by me.
Yeah, she's gonna shake his head in disapproval with Adze's statement that he can't carry much.
I got
Come
little
on.
white legs. I can't. I'm in the arms. I can't carry a whole lot.
It's not his fault he's tiny.
City life has made him weak.
Look. Let's just go.
Oh, that's okay, don't worry about it. He'll just teasingly pat him on the head a couple times.
Please don't do that.
So who's leading?
I guess I will assume we know our way back, right?
I don't.
With you there, yes, now you do.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
Making your way back through the forest is a simple and somewhat relaxing endeavor. Luckily, you have Adze with you, which was able to retrack your initial trek there, so the travel was less than troublesome. Though I misjudged this from last time, but after listening back on it, yeah, getting there takes majority of the day, because it was actually a half a day away from Arturo.
Oh,
Or
shit.
from, not Arturo, from Elp.
This
So I
one's
guess
just
all we're
gonna be
doing
a
today.
comedy of errors, isn't it?
This'll just be everything we'll be doing today.
Well, it's important anyhow. The last time we didn't get to check for clues, so I better do that now before we lose a chance to do it entirely.
So this changes a few things, but nothing for you guys. So you'd be making the travel there, which, on the way there, you would have time to roleplay with each other accordingly.
So, Akko, you, we haven't really talked much about you.
Well, ask away. I'm no one to hide things.
Right, so, what got you into this, whole, adventuring thing?
Bit of a personal situation, I'd say. I'll be quite honest with you. It's more just trying to remedy some of the terrible decisions I made beforehand. Let's just
Oh.
say that I had some troubles with family. I was trying to connect with them again, and I found out that, much like Crystal's sisters, they're gone. Not sure where they are, but need to try and find them.
If you don't mind me asking, is that the orc or human side? Or whatever the other half is?
One half orc. I never quite remember the name of the race of my father, but never really mattered too much. We never stayed anywhere near organized towns much. So you'll have to excuse me if I don't know a lot about these towns or the area, but that's because for most of the time I was living in the wilderness. That's kind of what you need to do when you're half orc. Not exactly very accepted in anywhere.
So is it
What
The
about
knock-
you? What brought you out here of all places?
mainly? Kronk, really. Figured that if we're gonna start a company, best to do it in the new world. So we should probably go out here and build it up from there. So that's why I'm in this position.
Did the company out of necessity, or were you also trying to find something out here?
I guess it probably was, but I don't exactly know what I was looking for.
Oh, hopefully you'll figure that out eventually.
Eventually.
I have to admit, it's at least a good endeavor to do, regardless of how everything turns out. There's way too many people out there, in my experience, that are just looking to take advantage of others. So what about our newest arrival,
Yeah.
taking advantage of the fact that he is seemingly preoccupied with other things for now.
He I don't want to speak too ill of him. I don't know him personally. That being said, some of the practices that he has are questionable, and I don't really very much approve on a personal level.
Why?
Just brings me back to a point in my life I would rather forget.
Fair enough. Just try not to judge him too harshly. There's some people out there who think because I'm a half orc I wouldn't even be able to speak properly. So maybe he has some quirks, but if in the end he doesn't have any intent of malice, there's no reason to discriminate him.
We'll have to see.
He doesn't... You know what, never mind. I was going to ask something, but better not for now.
Alright.
After Rako says that, he'd look around to see if anybody else is having any trouble with the long walk, or if anybody seems like they're a bit too affected still by what happened with Kronk.
If they're what? Can you repeat that?
To see if anybody is having trouble with how long the walk is, or if they are still affected by the funeral and everything.
Well, Crystal looks like even more upset than usual. Like she's just staring at the ground.
Right. We'll carefully approach and just calmly ask, "Are you okay?"
Fine.
You know, we need to talk. We're all around here.
I know. And I appreciate it, but she'll just shake her head.
Right. Like we'll just... He'd go to try and pat her shoulder, but then he'd reconsider, thinking, "Best not. It's not a good idea." He didn't know Kronk long enough at the same time, but he understands how difficult it is to meet somebody. So just look. If you need someone to talk to, I'm gonna be around. All right. I know half orcs doesn't seem like I'd be the most understanding, but I've been there before. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
My pleasure. With that, he'd let her be for the time being.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Thomas is with us, right?
Yes, he is.
Okay, Matt's just gonna make his way over to him. Hey, Thomas?
That'd be me.
Right, so, sorry about... It's just, I've talked to a lot of these guys a lot more than you. It's just they come to mind more. I didn't mean to, discredit you or discriminate or anything like that. I just, so if, you want to talk at all about how you want to be, buried, I'm open to your suggestion.
Almost to the point that it just seems really convenient while you're saying this. He's like holding, or while you're walking, he's holding a branch up, looks to you, doesn't say anything, and just continues moving. And just so happens to be holding a branch right in the right way to snap back and hit you in the face.
Right, we'll talk about it later. Okay. It's going well. It's going well.
Naomi will walk up to Thomas. Thomas, are you doing okay?
He'd look down to you, then look forward. No, I'm not.
Is it about what happened?
Depends on which part. It's not like a little thing started to happen or anything like that.
The girl?
The girl? He looks back scrutinizingly.
She shakes her head.
No, it's Kronk. This entire thing.
I see.
As much as he seemed like a rockhead, at least he had goals, aspirations. I learned that word from him, aspiration. He had a direction. Kinda feels like we've just been flapping about since he's been gone.
What was his direction?
He turns to you as you speak up, Yaji. It was something. That's just it. It was something.
Well, if you don't have a direction, why not take his?
I'm not much of a leader.
Have you tried?
He scoffs and kind of inhales and spits to the side while putting his hands in his pockets, ending the conversation with that as he looks down and seems to be thinking back at a time in the past that doesn't seem want to open up about. Anyone else?
Shoot, I don't know. One second. You know what? Iku will approach Jazzy if there's any moment available.
There's a bunch.
Alright, well, Iku just now. So, you're the one who took the title of new guy away from me, he'd asked jokingly.
Judging by everyone around here, I'd say he's still the youngest.
Well, you know what I meant. Look, I feel like some introductions are needed. I'm Akko. He'd extend his hand.
He'll take your hand and talk back. I am Yaji Mai.
Pleasure meeting you. Look, I just feel like I should let you know, these guys are still very much reeling from what happened with Kronk. So try and be as light-handed with them as possible, alright? They're well-intentioned, even if sometimes they may not pick the right words.
I've already grasped that situation already.
Alright. If they give you any trouble, let me know. I'm trying to provide them with a bit of support. It really seems like they need it right now.
And what about you? Why do you travel with them?
Family matters on one hand, and personal conviction on the other. It really is as simple as that.
What happened with your family?
As far as I understand, they're missing. I don't know where they are exactly. It's very unlikely that it was from their own volition.
If you get the time, talk to Edze. He might know something.
I have, but so far, no real clues. It's a priority, but at the same time, my parents were not exactly the most logical, so whatever happened is gonna take a while to figure out, if I ever figure it out at all. Still, there's more reasons than that to stick with these guys.
But what could be more important than your own family?
I guess we can talk about that at some other time. I'm not sure if I want to right now.
He'll put a hand on your shoulder and squeeze you a little bit. I'm here if you need it.
Likewise, friend. Right. With that, Aka will just wave him off for now and just check on everybody else, the standard stuff, and then continue on their way.
Anybody else want to approach anyone else?
How's Crystal looking in this endeavor?
She's looking well, she was looking really upset, but she seems, after the conversation with Akko, to actually seem a little better, surprisingly, though still really upset.
Are you approaching her, Anthony?
No. As long as she's improved.
Alright. So no more approaches from no one else?
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Guesses or no's, please?
No.
No.
Nah.
Yeah.
Thank you. God damn people in silence.
But you gotta listen to the sound of silence.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
So, traveling through the forest, the sun begins to wane. That's the one I want. Wane in the sky as it gets to late afternoon or early afternoon. Adze, as you're leading the group, You put a hand forward and stop them. As you all stop in unison, you look forward and you see what looks like a 3 or 4 foot tall figure limping in the forest towards your direction.
Can I make a spot check to see anything more than that?
Sure.
I should change my thing here.
It seems to be just that creature that's heading in your direction.
Does it look to be like a crux, or?
Getting a closer look, it does look to be a crux, but not just any crux. Recalling back from prior encounters, you see the familiar shape and form of Sharptooth, except he's changed a bit. As you look at him moving in your direction, his right arm seems to be completely pulverized. His face seems to be blackened from heavy impacts, and most of his teeth seem to be shattered, as he looks to be traveling through the forest almost in a blind state from how blackened his eyes are. But in the direction that he seems to be moving looks to be in the exact heading towards where the gub hole would be.
Okay, so just as a clear thing, I remember that. So Sharptooth's not the one with the bombs. This is a different one.
If this is
Right.
the trap one.
Yeah, this is the trap one that we killed. No,
That was Snark.
no, that was Snark. Sharptooth was not the bomb one. I know that.
The one that tried to kill me.
So let me reiterate that. You see a crux that looks familiar. Do you remember who he is?
No. Okay. I don't know. This one looks.
Do you want to try a
familiar.
history check?
I don't have anything in history.
Do you want to try?
Dang it, Eze.
I actually know for once who this is.
Then say something.
She hasn't seen it. How can she?
Yeah, she hasn't seen it.
Really?
I-
haven't seen it? Well,
I see
No,
it.
this is
and-
Adze's the only
Yeah.
one who's seen this so far.
Right. So
so-
he puts his hand up, looking at. There's a crux coming. It looks familiar. I don't know if I've seen this one before. It looks hurt though. Should we help it? I feel like we should.
We probably should.
Where?
It's right over there. As I point to where it is. Don't hurt it. It might just. It looks like it's hurt. Don't think it can hurt us if it wanted to. I shout out to it.
Oh,
Hey!
Hold on.
Oh,
Give
sorry.
people a chance to respond.
Sorry.
So he points it out.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, does it look familiar to my character.
No.
I pointed out, Krista, do you want to make a knowledge history check before I shout out at it?
I'm pretty sure I remember who this crux is without even needing one, so I think I'm good.
Okay, so I point to it. I guess she knows what it is now? Who it is?
Depends.
If
She
I-
has to say something.
Isn't that one of the crux that was attacking Akko?
Oh, I wasn't there for that.
What? No.
Was it?
Do you want to try a knowledge history check?
I thought it was. Let's see.
Yeah, like, to be fair, Adze actually would not know this. He would have just come in at the last minute when everything was done.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yes, this seems to be the same crux that was attacking Akko, but not just any crux. The one that you all as a group, including Adze, let free to return back to his boss.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
And now he's
this is the one we all decided to let go.
wait, and now he's going back the direction of the gub hole? Why?
I don't know.
Well, obviously, you ran into something.
Something's
more
fishy.
Hey! Do you remember us?
He would turn in the direction of the voice calling out towards him. Though, obviously, he can't see or anything because his eyes are just completely blackened over as his ears would perk up. Hello? Is that Crunk and Adze?
This is Adze, yes.
Anthony, mute yourself.
I know, I'm getting there.
My big boss has a reply.
Okay. What is it?
As he's speaking, familiar to like how he was acting before when you're trying to make him do something that the magics in him were not allowing. You watch the vein pop out on the side of his head as he takes out his crux dagger and starts to bring it towards his neck.
Whoa, 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 whoa. As he's gonna run. Hey! He's gonna try and wrestle it out of his hand. Once he gets towards him.
First, you need to roll initiative.
Okay.
Oh no. Can anyone wanting to intervene roll initiative?
This is
Yeah, I would
anyone
like
that
to.
wants to do anything.
I would like to help stop that as well. Can
Certain
you roll
some-
my initiative for me, please?
I don't know if there's anything I could do though. We roll initiative anyway though, all of us.
If you want to do something, yeah.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm waiting for the initiative box to pop up.
It's not. You just press it. Just going
Oh,
off
it's
roll.
not going to.
Because this isn't going to be a combat thing. It's just going to see who's going to act first.
Now I wish I took restrict. God damn it.
Don't worry about it. It's situational.
Sorry, you can stare at him. It'll fix the problem.
So, Naomi,
Uh,
it looks
okay.
like you are going to be reacting first.
Best initiative. I have best initiative.
Shh. I'm going to rush over and grab the dagger. Or knife, whatever it is.
Alright, so as you try to grab the dagger out of Sharptooth's hand, I need you to make a strength check. Or a sleight of
Oh,
hand.
no.
You could have done pacify.
Probably sleight of hand. Probably wouldn't do that over anything. Especially not strength.
As you're able to slip the dagger out of his hand, though it looked like he didn't even want to really clasp it at all, as it drops to the ground, though the vein still seems to be popping out of his hand, or out of his neck, as he still seems to not be in full control of his body. And then the next one to react would be Yaji.
We're gonna go ahead and try to restrain him. Good old fashioned grapple. D10 plus 5.
Good.
As you move to grab the crux and start working on pinning him down to give him less control over his body. Though he still seems to be struggling, trying to be like... Something is obviously wrong, but on the outside, it's not visible.
Is it, or is that something I can make a search on to see if I can find it?
Well, not right now, because it's still going down. So after Yaji, the Adze.
1 second. And I'm back. Okay, Adze's going to... Okay, so Crux is restrained.
He's in a stage 1 grapple.
Stage 1 grapple, cool. I'm going to... should I try to help out? I'll leave Akko to get to finish off that grapple. Adze's going to see if he can... How long would it take for me to stabilize him? Like if I just roll like a stabilize check, or just like try to set back, maybe if like a bone's out and I could put it back or something like that, just to help him out.
It's a check, so it depends. It's just a skill check.
Okay. I'm going to, while he has him grappled, I'm going to roll a stabilize just to keep him from, death's door.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yep, I did. Roll pretty good.
That'd be 1d6.
Cool. Meh. There we are.
So describe,
good job.
so
You're
describe
the
what you do.
best.
Okay, well, as he rushes over with Yaji, grappling him, he's like, okay, let's see here. He's gonna try to. He might see like maybe a bone out of place, just gonna snap it back in. Like, okay, let's work this out, man. You don't need to. You don't need to kill yourself. It's okay. It's okay.
Why is he trying to do that?
I think there's something controlling, some sort of magic. Does anyone know magic can counteract this?
Is that?
Could I roll a knowledge arcana?
I think I have to wait for
Maybe
your
when
turn.
it's your turn.
Yeah, I mean on my turn. But
So,
You could.
Didn't they have like?
hold on.
Okay.
So after Ed's
Were you there for that part?
I think no one else is faster than he is. Nope.
Yeah, he's next.
As he would try to begin to resist, but whatever mind process that would be the more crux thing to do, he doesn't seem to do. As he reaches out to pick up the dagger that was flung onto the ground.
We should probably cut that off. We should probably kick that away.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, I flung it to the ground. I thought I grabbed it.
And then it left your hand. He said it dropped to the ground.
But now it would be Crystal.
alright. I want to roll a knowledge arcana to see if I can tell anything.
So you want to get to him, then roll knowledge arcana. Just want to make sure that you say that I am there now.
Oh yeah. I want to move towards him. Okay? Cool.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of points in knowledge arcana.
Yeah.
You don't see anything magical going on around him.
Cool. Could I still stabilize him one more time since, as they fucked up the roll?
No, since you moved here and whatnot.
Okay, cool. Next turn I got him.
So it's at this point all of you. Oh, finally, Akko.
Right. Well, hold on. The dagger is still on the ground, right?
It is still on the ground. It looks like he's reaching out to grab for it.
All right. So before trying to help with the grapple, I grab the dagger and basically keep us away from the crux. Just either by getting it as far away as possible from there, or just, putting it on my bag or something. One moment.
Anything
Sorry
else?
about that. Somebody had an issue. No, that would be why I will attempt. And, well, if there is time, I'd go and help with the grapple.
So Akko moves over and quickly polices the weapon, leaving Sharptooth pretty much at the grips of Yaji and everyone surrounding him, basically within the split second of him pulling out the knife, as everything seems to move back to regular time. Which, you all have him surrounded, and he doesn't have a lot more options left for him to do at this point.
Okay. I'm gonna make a... Can I do a spot instead of a search to see if I could see any of that liquid on him that can explode?
That would be a search.
God damn it.
I mean, he was gonna do that. I still wanted to search him for anything too.
Okay. I'll do a search and you can do a search. Because that's what I'd say would look for. That's 3.
So going over his body, Yachi, you don't find anything on him other than he has this very weird blemish on his back.
Why is it so weird?
Because it looks like a 3-fingered hand.
That's what I was gonna mention earlier.
Yeah. It's hard to mention stuff I wasn't there for either, so... I'd point that out to, I'd point in the direction of Connor, since he seems to be the magic guy. Just like... You there.
Oh, right. He's still here.
Yeah, he is. If you look at this, is this anything as to why he's acting like this?
I mean, it's already pretty obvious he's probably being controlled by that witch bitch.
Yeah. We have nothing to counteract this?
We went over this before. I don't do ruin magic. Best way to handle a witch is to handle the witch.
Yeah, haven't we already discussed the thing on his back?
What if we were to remove the mark?
As you say this, Crystal, and you're close enough to see this, much to what I just said, it is a 3-fingered mark.
Alright.
And I believe, actually, no, Naomi was there too. So yes, it's a 3-fingered mark.
I feel like before, wasn't there like more fingers? Or...
Yes, there are.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Let me see, maybe I wrote it down in my notes. Let's see.
Oh gosh, is it a countdown? Is he gonna fucking blow up? Okay. How are we gonna...
Well, I'm going to give a stab. All of them are doing reflecting thoughts. I'm going to try to knowledge nature on this.
Oh, I didn't write down. I'm so great. Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 4. I remember like 4. Now it's 3. What does that mean?
What are you trying to knowledge nature? You got a 23.
I want to know what possible creature in nature would I know that would leave a mark like this.
Three-fingered creatures. Yes, there's 3 pronged creatures that exist, but this isn't a creature. This looks like a handprint, except it's 3 fingers.
How did it work last time? When did anything bad happen to the Crux when they weren't able to fulfill their orders, or as long as they
There was no
didn't.
orders left. There wasn't. This isn't such a situation you've been through before.
right? Does anyone have any rope?
I think so. Hold on. Let me just double check.
I still have a few tools I could get the mark off them.
I'm not sure that'll. I don't want to cause this Crux more
Crap.
pain. And I'm sure that some magics won't just allow just a simple take off of flesh. It's gonna do it. Akko, what did you say about the rope?
Nope, sorry. It seems I left my rope back at the camp.
Okay. Yaji, can you find any vines around that we can use to wrap him up in?
He's holding it down.
Yeah, I give a spot around. Hey, what do I see?
Plenty of viney nature to use to wrap someone up that doesn't have significant amount of strength.
Alright. I'll go take some of that and use that as a rope then.
I
Let's
could have
see.
done it, but okay.
Yeah, don't worry.
Alright, go ahead and use rope on him.
Who's doing that?
Rope.
Akko is.
Where?
Okay.
Where is rope? What the heck?
Use rope as at near the bottom by use magic device and survival.
Yeah, here we go. Use rope. Bam.
As you tie up the Crux, he hits the ground, and much like any kind of caged beast, he's starting to struggle against the ropes and whatnot. Still having that strange look in his eye that doesn't seem like that's all of him. And also, I think the thing that's the most terrifying is just how much fear is in those eyes as well.
What the hell have they done to him?
I don't know.
I think it's obvious, Thomas says. They replied back like he said.
Yeah, that's certainly obvious. So I guess negotiations aren't exactly in order. So
Uh,
I'll have to deal with that later.
Well, Thomas had a point. The only way to deal with a witch is to deal with them directly. You're figuring out where they are.
Yeah, but I feel like
I
this
don't-
one's gonna keep trying to kill himself. He won't be able to lead us back. I could probably retrace his steps, though.
I could just take a close, just from a safe enough distance, take a look. Just wonder if there really is no way to help this poor Crux.
As you look at him, he still seems to be in a constant state of distress. As he seems to be squirming, his eyes are shooting back and forth. He seems like he's having the worst time of his life, mentally.
I have no idea how to relieve this. Naomi, can you do anything to calm him down, or?
I guess I could try to pacify him.
Okay,
Let's hope that works.
let's hope.
As immediately his eyes would settle.
Oh, that didn't work.
It's fine. I just needed you to say you're gonna pacify. As his eyes would settle, his emotions would calm. The craziness that he seemed to show off before would subside. As he would just lay into the ground. Limply. Still breathing.
Okay, good. That did something.
Okay,
Good job. Gives her a thumbs up. Okay. Can't just leave him here. Hopefully he's not gonna try to, kill himself later. Hopefully.
Hold on. He's...
Oh,
What was the deal?
Big boss. Make deal. With Gank. At camp. And you said what was the deal?
Yes.
He would point his nose towards Adsay. To kill Adsay Company. Or kill Kronk Company.
Oh, is everybody making a name for ourselves?
Hey, look on the bright side. You're having an impact.
Which camp?
You get the idea that it's talking about the camp that you guys were going to, which you also remember that Gank Brother the Third was supposed to be there within a short period of time.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Right.
I don't think that we can interfere on that, but maybe we can spy on them.
How far away are we from them?
It's still a couple of... or some time away. This
Does it
happened on the
look
way
like-
there.
Does it look like this crux will be under the effect of the magic that was possessing him again?
You don't know.
Alright.
Alright. So that
We need
plan's a bust.
we need to make a call here.
Now, supposedly, a magic user who controls this crux might also be at the camp. Now, the camp's still a ways away, considering this crux walked all the way here from there. They might have already left and gone, probably taken everything with them.
Or they're waiting for us.
I'm not sure they would think that we would come back, though.
They had no way. They couldn't have a way to tell that we'd pacify him, unless they were really hoping that we would, which will be a tremendous coincidence.
I dealt with them for a little bit. Maybe they've caught on to exactly our methods, whether we'd leave him alive or not.
Okay, while everybody's deciding that, Echo will go and get some more binds, just in case this one gets back into the possession and breaks out. Also because, hey, might as well, right?
Yeah. Are you okay? I look over at the crux. Do you still feel the need to slash your throat?
He shakes his head no, painedly. It still seems like a lot of his injuries are still grievous.
probably get our healer on that. But um, are you still unable to tell us anything else, despite other than what your master wants you to tell us?
Sharktooth told everything Sharktooth can.
Okay.
Right.
You know, we still could get rid of that mark by free him.
Well, if we're gonna do that, first we're gonna have to heal him first. I don't think he can survive
Yeah.
a procedure like that in the state
I'm
that
not,
he's in.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure we should be doing anything like that to him right now. We don't even know if that'll work.
Exactly.
All
We
right.
could take him into town.
As they're saying that, Aqua will use some of the extra bind that he grabbed to reinforce the ties that he's already done on him. Saying, look, I know this is not the most comfortable thing for you right now, but we're trying to keep you alive, and if that means right now to keep you from hurting yourself, okay? Do you understand that?
It looks at you intently, but eventually shakes yes.
Okay.
Crystal's gonna walk up and try to stabilize the little guy.
Coming over, you now see the damage fully. This arm, without actual medical attention, not just quick fixes,
No.
needs something done or it will become useless.
Fine.
I'll use my healing staff on a crux, sure.
As you do so, you watch as the vessels begin to repair themselves. The dark color that the arm was slowly starting to take on rescinds. And his fingers begin to sharpen stiffly and open and close as it looks like he regained the properties in his arm once more.
All right.
It feels
Yeah,
better.
Yeah.
Good.
They beat Sharptooth because Sharptooth came back.
Just because he came back?
Because he came back from fight without anything.
They're way more brutal than I expected.
Well, considering the camp's probably with people, I say, since we already have a piece of information with us right now, we can take him into town. As much as I want to put him in jail, I feel like Road wouldn't exactly be the best thing for this situation. His methods aren't exactly smooth.
We could leave him at the gub hole.
Just look at him. Just Echo will look at him back and just like, he's clearly not doing this out of his own volition. I don't think any of them are anymore.
Were you heading to the gub hole when you were going to give us this message? I look over to Sharptooth.
Sharptooth nods yes.
So they know where we are.
That's frightening.
Yeah. I guess this was just a show of strength. He was supposed to tell us that they've made plans to kill us, show us that they know where that we are, and then have him kill himself just for effect.
But they didn't go. They didn't go to do something to us right away. That also says that they can't really do that without risking a lot. They're not in the same situation we are.
Big Boss was upset that we couldn't stop you. Big Boss went to talk to other 3 big bosses to get strong. Make force big. Then make deal with human gang. Him and his group say he joined Big Bosses.
Okay, I feel like we need to tell the authorities about this.
I can't imagine that they wouldn't know a bit about this already.
They knew
At
about
least-
the gang brother coming in. They don't know much else. They were from what Connor told us, they were surprised that we were even able to deal with the camp at that point.
Don't put words in my mouth. I said the man that I spoke to didn't know what we were doing. I didn't have a chance to speak to Pike because he wasn't there.
Alright.
He's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot we know, there's a lot we don't know. I'd say we could still take a peek around the camp quietly. Maybe we can find something useful or of interest.
I'm still getting used to the weight of this leg. I'm not sure I'd be able to deal with that silently, at least the best that I could.
I mean,
Plus
if
we're
you're
dealing
bent
with-
on still going back over there, we'd have to be a little bit closer. I can provide a temporary base for us to hide out there.
I got stuff for some tents here. Well, for a tent, but I'm sure we can fit a couple of people in there at least.
I'm not sure. I don't know what capabilities these people with magic have, and I don't want to risk anyone at the moment. It was fine when we were just dealing with the deserted camp, but now that realizing that the Gank brother was still going to head to the camp even after maybe hearing about its destruction, and now knowing that we're dealing with a armed Crux force along with Gank, I feel like we know this is bigger than us at the moment.
Wait. They're using the exact same campsite again, right?
Perhaps, yeah.
So then, we should go check with people in town that may know of any other campsites that would have had. Maybe even if they abandoned some other ones, they still use them from time to time. We can make a little note of where every one of their points of interest are. Maybe that could help figure some things out.
We could do that.
Because a big group like them, or like ours, they need to use the same routes over and over. Stand to reason they'd also camp in the same place over and over.
Probably. So should we take him
thinking
just...
that adds you look over to see Thomas, who looks just to be keeping an eye out on the road, making sure no one's coming.
So, Thomas, what do you think about this whole thing? Gank Brothers teaming up with Crux in order to take out one group.
Don't think it was just us, but probably just convenience.
Alright, so I figure we should all just stop on this adventure, head back to town, tell the authorities, tell Tide what's happening.
Oh god, Tide's gonna fucking kill us.
I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
he's gonna be so mad that we decided to try and head back to that camp.
We should probably look into some defenses for the Gub Hole if we're going to stay there.
We might want to go talk back to Boom Boom.
Oh, we should get a list.
Find the idiot a puppy.
A pup? Wait, what?
Boom Boom
Gyarados.
wanted a puppy in exchange for explosives.
Okay.
I don't know, I still think a ballista will work.
We'll
Come
put
on.
a pin in that. Either way, we're doing nothing, just standing around here. We should probably head back to town, right?
Aye.
Aye.
I don't think we should carry this crux.
Can we make
into
it back
town
before
immediately.
daylight or before sundown?
You guys traveled most of the distance there. Traveling back, it would be basically night. Once you reach back to Elp.
It would hit night once we hit Elp, or it's going to be night.
It'll be night once you hit Elp.
Okay. So we can, quote, safely make it there.
Yes.
Okay.
We can head there. I think if we travel in a group, we should be okay. We've traveled to.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
Well, I mean, the last time I traveled without. The last time I traveled without a group, I got ambushed. Prefer to be with you all.
We got ambushed when we were still in a group.
Right, but then we were able to fight back.
I think we should make it all the way there, but once we get close, maybe me and Thomas can split up to go warn those at the gub hole.
It's not a bad idea.
Who would want to go to the gub hole? Who would want to...
Me and Thomas can.
Alright. If you feel like that's best, just keep an eye out. Last time...
He gives a nod. Alright then. I think it's time to move. And with that, you all begin to double back, taking Sharptooth with you and keeping a wary eye on the path leading towards the camp, sensing the threat and whatnot that's on the horizon in that direction. We're going to take that time to take a break. So,
Cool.
thank you guys for watching. We're going to spend this time to take a quick 10 to 15 minute break. It's time to stand up, get something to eat, go use the restroom, all that fun stuff. So we will see you guys back in that time. So, thank you guys for watching. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.
Cool.
And I will go fix my